hey there. Today I'd like to talk about the origins of Franz Bardon's teachings, where he gained the wisdom which he kindly passes on to us in his important books. This is a subject that people love to speculate about, and often when they find a set of exercises that match, they get a bit overexcited and they boldly proclaim that they know exactly where the whole tradition presented comes from. Often you'll be told that these exercises actually come from Tibetan Buddhism. And the person telling you will often point out that Bardon was a master of this tradition in his past life. They may even mention that Bardon visited Alexander David Neil during his time here. Others will make absolutely clear that they know that Bardon's teachings have nothing to do with Hermeticism, Kabbalah, or anything else from the West. They are in fact a form of Indian yoga, repackaged and represented in a different, more acceptable form. It's true that from Franz Bardon's personal correspondence we know he had great respect for yoga and had a very large collection of books on the subject. Other people will tell you that Bardon was a member of a certain lodge or group or had a specific teacher, and that this is where he drew his wisdom to pass on to us now. Often these speculations are just based on what's commonly known. If you look in ancient Hermetic documents, or those texts which come from ancient Egypt, you'll find that almost every one of the exercises that Bardon recommends are contained there. Very few people know that pore breathing, the rising on the planes, the Kabbalistic pronunciation of words, and even astral projection is clearly described in these magical texts of old. So where did Franz Bardon's teachings come from? If we look at what Bardon says himself, some things are absolutely clear. He states quite clearly that his whole course has been put together from research across the board with the greatest circumspection. It's also obvious that for Bardon, the true magician will be interested in the underlying principles behind all traditions. During his life, Franz Bardon was first and foremost a practitioner. He wanted to know methods whereby how things worked. He really walked the path, and as he states himself, the greatest wisdom comes from practice, not research. For this reason, I believe that Franz Bardon's teachings have the origins in the truth. He has managed to successfully represent the tradition behind all traditions. And because this is so, it acts like an ink blot test. Everyone sees that his exercises match the tradition that they know about most or feel most drawn to. By following Franz Bardon's teachings, we gain an insight that allows us to understand all spiritual practices and to step beyond tradition into the universal.